Hi, I'm Jordan Roy-Byrne, and I'm here at the May 2019 Metals Investor Forum in downtown, beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm here with John Anderson. He's the executive chairman of Triumph Gold, an exploration company who is working on a very exciting project and drill program this summer. But John, before we get into Triumph, I understand you have some comments on the sector and the macro situation that we're in. I mean, can you share those with us?
Well, I think, Jordan, you're one of the experts as far as the the flow of money and the technical aspect of it, and the history of the industry. I think we're going into a real cyclical change, and it's not just I'm a gold bug. It's not hard assets. It's the flow of money going into something, and we are in an industry that is really deprived educationally. As far as investors, but more so on assets. We've got a project or a company, or really, let's say an industry that trades at 1 times its net present value. It trades at its cost of production. And that's copper, gold, silver, basically mining. If you were in oil, you trade at a premium. If you trade in real estate, you're trading 6 times net present value. We are in a business that's just about to change. And in that cyclical nature that we talk about is if we go to 2 times net present value and above our cost of production, there's incredible leverage. So we have an asset in the Yukon that can really benefit from that leverage. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm in the industry, and that's why I'm in the project. And I think the future for this industry is phenomenal. And unfortunately, and the sad thing is, just from this conference, you can see people don't understand that. And we're here to, obviously, we learned earlier today, we have to educate people more. But let's call it like it is. Let's develop projects and a cost-efficient basis.
Even with all that said, John, there's still companies out there that are being rewarded for exploration success. And of course, Triumph has great optionality. You have great assets as is, but you also have something that has potential to generate, through drilling, a major discovery upon the drilling campaign this summer.
Yep.
So there's a lot of potential there. Can you speak to that?
Absolutely, and thanks for saying that. So we have a project that's got a very large resource, and for people that don't understand what we have a project that has incredible value at just a marginal, increased value in gold and copper. So we'll start to see value for that. But in the last 3 years, through our Vice President of Exploration, who really was fortuitous to see what we had, we saw something that was relevant today, and even at lower gold prices. And this is a world-class discovery that has the potential to really knock the socks off of the Yukon and the whole Western Cordillera, and that's Tony Baresi. And we followed up on his thesis, raised money for it. We have Newmont now is our largest investor. We have Zijin Mining. We have 2 significant funds out of Europe that own 10% of the company each. And they're buying into this thesis, and last year we confirmed that thesis, and our stock obviously was well rewarded for it. So we're just following up this year, and we see something that, as we're going into an exploration project in a cyclical and seasonal situation, that really I think we'll start to get attention for it. But we've all taken the approach that people don't understand the mining, the general populace, because they're following other investments, and no criticism that way, but they don't understand it. But we understand hard assets, and we understand what we have. We've got so many competitive analysis that we really don't have time to go through, but we've got something that we own. We have no debt. We're well financed, and we have the best partners in the world, really. And we're geologically blessed, and obviously infrastructure blessed. So we think we've got something that hopefully, God willing, will knock the socks off the market.
So quickly before we close, maybe just talk about the drill program, when it's starting, and when investors can anticipate getting some news on that, just so they can have some dates, a rough timeline of these key events.
Okay, so from the short-term investor, We're going to be closing financing in the next week and a half with our major investors who I've already mentioned. That'll give us more than enough money to follow up from last year's drill program. We expect to be drilling in the middle of June, so we're talking 3 weeks away, and we're going to drill literally the deepest hole into the richest porphyry in the Yukon. And on the risk-reward basis, if we hit and follow up on our thesis, which we are very confident are, it's going to be absolutely exciting and phenomenal.
John, before we close, could you tell those in the audience where they can go to get more information and how they can contact you personally?
I think the best thing you could actually do is come up to the property. And it's in the Yukon, it's right off the Klondike Highway. You can drive up to the property, and we'd absolutely welcome anyone to come up. If you want to contact me directly, call me on my mobile, 604-218-7400, and I'll gladly put you in touch with any technical people and speak to you honestly about what our plans are and where we're going.
Okay. Thank you so much, John.
Jordan, always a pleasure.